Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and today we're playing a straight up 40NL session in an Aussie Union, an Australian and Asian Union on PP Poker. We're playing without stats today. I'm playing on one of my older accounts that doesn't have the extra stats because I want to play some sessions without stats. We've been playing a bit more on Poker Bros on the night shift lately and there's no stats there. And I feel I'm finding them enjoying poker with playing with less information and just like kind of using some more base information, relying more on what I'm seeing at the tables. I'm enjoying it more. Whether my results are going to be better, I don't know. But yeah, having fewer stats to work with and kind of playing more on instinct and believing what I'm seeing at the table live rather than whatever someone's historical stats are. Seems to be more fun for me, so we're doing that. If we get in any big spots, we will like click on a player just to like see, are they particularly tight, are they particularly loose, that kind of thing. But we're not going to be just like always having numbers up there. I find numbers depressing, to be honest. I think that's why I liked Sky so much when I was playing there. Quickly get a 3-bet any with the King 9 suited. Yeah, I think like I'm not the best at looking at stats and then making decisions based on stats. I kind of feel more comfortable playing within the flow of a game and trying to pick up on the dynamics of that game. So we're going to see how that goes. And a lot of you guys who play on these clubs through me don't have the VIP, so you don't have stats either. So we're going to take a walk in your shoes too. And yeah, see how it goes. Just going to play our ranges, play what I believe population tendencies, play against what I believe populations are doing rather than you look at someone who've got a specific stat and you're like, oh, what does this mean? And you're spending a lot of time kind of confusing yourself with very limited information. And sometimes a little bit of information is more dangerous than no information. So that's what I'm basing this on. And I don't think you guys are that asked about seeing fucking stats anyway. I don't think it really makes a huge amount of difference to the sort of people who watch my videos. I don't think it makes a huge difference to their viewing pleasure. So yeah, we're doing that, and hopefully we're going to enjoy a session. Win or lose, hopefully we're going to enjoy it. And enjoy it quite a lot if this table filled back up quickly, because changing a fucking table at the start of a session, well, at any time it's a pain in the ass, but right at the start of a video it's a major pain in the ass. I'm going to go with a big ISO here over the limp. Can't fold top pair. Probably will fold to a large turn bet. He checks. Which either means he's hit the ace and he's pot controlling, or he doesn't like it. Don't see much value in betting. Don't think we're going to pay this river off. I think we're just going to take our showdown value here. We river the king over here. We can go small, try and get some value. And he did the jack 8. We missed some value in that hand for sure, but on that run out, maybe. I don't think we could. We maybe could have got one bet in there extra, but I think that's playing results really. Just going to lead straight out here in a limped pot with our top pair on table 4. Our man looks like he's going to fold, and he does. I'm not in love with small pairs from under the gun. We're just going to muck it. Ace 7 suited. I think we're going to call versus the 2.5x, or maybe 3-bet versus the 3x, but just call versus the 2.5x. We're certainly going to be seeing a turn with our backdoors and 1 overcard on this flop. Don't think we need to probe here. I think we possibly have enough showdown value. And we did. These are the sort of boards you can just see, but pretty small, quite dry. I'm not trying to make anyone feel better, we're just trying to pick up the pot if he has nothing. He calls. I think we're almost certainly going to barrel that exact turn. It's a decent card for our range. Calls again. We river some showdown value. Hopefully we get to just check back now if he... Hopefully he doesn't bet. He does bet and we're just going to fold. I think like check call, donk lines are usually someone with a strong hand who doesn't want me to check back river or doesn't want their opponent to check back rivers. Call here with the flush. And I think probably not going to get called by worse. Probably not. Again, flop top pair. In a limp pot, we're not going to be checking. Check on the 4. Not really a card we want to be betting on too often. Obviously we're not folding. Bottom pair with some backdoors on the Queen 3. I think we're going to keep the initiative with this one and make a C-bet. He absolutely snap calls. With the 8s, I'm just happy to 3-bet these and get them in at this stack depth. He calls, which I didn't expect him to do. I thought he'd either jam or fold. Now we've got a weird spot where we've got pretty bad hand for the types of hands I think he's going to be defending with. He's either going to have 2 overs here or he's going to have the ace. And try and get to showdown. I hope he's just got a hand like pocket 6s or whatever that he's happy to sit to showdown. He bets. This is the problem, because if it's, we know that basically, do we want to call the money off here? And I think we're not going to. I mean, this guy's clearly a bad player, and bad players don't bluff very often, unfortunately. Well, some do, of course, but yeah, paying off bad players on A-side boards with underpairs isn't something you're going to see me doing too often. It's not what I'm here for. It's not what I'm about. Probably get bluffed from time to time, but I think paying off in those spots at a reasonably high frequency is worse than, you know, overfolding, in my opinion. Something else I find easy to do is open wider from late position when I don't have stats, because sometimes I'll look at stats and be like, oh, this guy 3-bet 7%, so I'm not gonna open this time, when in reality a 7% 3-bet isn't something to be like utterly terrified of. Stats certainly make me a bit more timid with my pre-flop hand selection. We're going to go with like a small 4-bet bluff here with our suited king 3. Giving up with a 7-9 over here. The 4-bet bluff takes it down on this table, and we're shutting it down. So yeah, I see someone's stats like, I'd be like, oh, he's 28-19 with a 8% 3-bet, so I'm not going to try and steal versus him because he might defend a little bit too much, and yeah, it's probably nonsense. So if I don't know what they're going to do and I just play my ranges pre-flop, then I think I play better that way. Rather than like, I'll anticipate things that aren't as likely to happen as, my interpretation of the stats. You know what I'm trying to say. Basically, I see someone who 3-bets like 7% and I'm shit my pants that I'm going to get 3-bet too much, so I don't open as wide as I should. I can't do that. If I can't see the stats, I can't do that. No way I'm c-betting ace-king multi-way on that board. Just not happening. And then sometimes when I have stats, I'll see tables that I'm like, oh, no one's got a VP over 35 here, so I'm not going to join the table, and it affects my volume too. I don't think it matters who I'm playing in these games. I'm going to be one of the better regs, and you guys might be like, oh, really? You're not that fucking good. I've seen enough of these games to know I'm definitely, no matter what the player type in or what the tables are like, I've seen enough of these games to know I am definitely one of the better regs in them. So I think I've been a little bit too fucking fussy with game selection, just getting the games reg and fucking grind them. Don't worry too much if you're at a table where no one's got a 40 VPIP, you're still gonna do just fine. We can go 2 ways here with our 2 overs in the sea. I think because it's such a dry board, we're gonna bet 2 overs, backdoor galore. Very easy 4-bet here with our ace king. Obviously, we're just gonna get it in if needs be. We turn a card that's good for us here, but I think we're going to check it back because it's not going to get too much fold equity on it, so we might as well try and realise our equity. Obviously we're all in here, we run into the top of his range, that's unfortunate. We're not going to run it multiple times, mate, we're just going to fucking get on with it. Going to roll it and see what happens. We flop the ace. Over here we're just going to go with a massive bet on the ace river. I think if I had more time I think I would have overbet here. Shouldn't have too many 3s in his range. Shouldn't have too many ace highs in his floats. He does have the 5-6 and just calls anyway, which is pretty funny. We won the flip here, by the way. So, yeah, I think with more time there, if I'd been on my other account and had the time bank, I think I certainly would have gone with an overbet rather than just a pot size bet. Whether that would have made any fucking difference to him calling with his fucking 3rd pair or whatever it was, I don't know. Here, you know what, I think we're just going to stick this guy in for his 17 bigs. Again, easy 4-bet with the queens, not folding. And this time we're in the flip. Do we win this flip or lose this flip? We're going to win this flip. Running hot in the flips. We like that. We like running well in the flips. Well, this ace-king versus kings wasn't even a flip, was it? But we're running good in the all-ins, which is something I'm not a big fan of doing. I'm not an all-in pre-flop merchant, but you can't run away from them. You just got to get on with them, and when it's your turn to win, cool. When it's not your turn to win, then never mind. For those of you who are in the Facebook group and don't follow me on Facebook, last week's mini U-Cups on Sky went really, really well. I got to the final table of 3 tournaments. It was the same tournament, same nightly tournament. I got to the final table 3 times. 3 times I managed to finish fucking second in it, which was a real pisser. But we had a good week. I made about 450 to £500 at the tables, another 300 and odd from the side bets. So it was a good week. Made around 800 quid, I think. Checking back here because we don't really want to get raised. Even though I think this guy probably isn't the raising type, given he called our great big bet with just 1-5 earlier. The 9 pair is not great. He's going to hope he's got an 8 or a 5 here, and we're going to beat it. He did have the 8-6. So yeah, mini U-Cups. I didn't enjoy it, and won't be playing a tournament series again for a long time. Thankfully, Sky spaced these things out, so by the time the next one comes around, I might be ready to do one again. But I'm in the Discord group, and a lot of those guys are burned out to fuck. They've had proper U-Cups, then they've had like a week off, and then they've had like mini U-Cups straight after it, and they're all fed up to fuck. We were in there last night in the Discord channel in Sky, and there wasn't many of them playing. It was a bit like a hangover, and I think it's probably going to be the same for the next couple of days before they get the mojos back again. They're tough, you're playing tournament series, you're committing, maybe, even if you do rubbish, you're committing 5 hours a night for like seven days, which for like players who also have day jobs and other things to do, it's quite a big commitment. I think overall last week I probably played maybe 70 hours poker, which is fine for me. I have a lot of spare time. I can put that in, and my hunger and thirst and desire for a game hasn't dropped at all. I didn't play any tournaments last night because I only tend to play if there's if that series on, or if the Sky streamers are doing it. I play just to have a crack with the lads and have a bit of a chill. I doubt I'll be playing any tournaments tonight either. Probably won't be playing any tournaments again until Friday when one of the streamers is back in business. Not really for me, tournaments. I mean, my BB 100 in mini U-Cuts would have been fucking phenomenal. I've got stacks regularly at the start of tournaments. Frequently like 100, 150 big blinds, but the structures are like relatively poor, and then them chips that were 150 blinds 1 hour later or an hour and a half later are like 30 blinds and you lose them all. So in big blinds per 100, my win rate was really good. And I was fortunate enough to turn that into money last week, but tournaments pissed me off because, you can crush them, then be forced to flip at some point, or be forced to gamble with hands you wouldn't ordinarily play, and then next minute you're out. And I didn't really want to do that, but I had to. I understand it's a skill. I'm not saying it's not a skill. It's just not a skill that I'm particularly good at, and it's not a skill that I'm that keen to try and develop. Certainly not put a lot of work into it. I think I read about 2 articles midweek. I was like, alright, so I'm opening the wrong types of hands off 30 big blinds. I was still trying to open a lot of suited connector type hands, and apparently they go in the bin, and you just start opening more like offsuit King 8, booking suit, King 8 offsuit and shit like that from late position. So once I got my head around, because I was getting to a 30 big blind stack and not knowing what the fuck to do with it, so I did a tiny bit of study, i.e. 2 articles that I read, and changed my strategy, and it seemed to make me play with more confidence, if nothing else. In monotone flops, I think we're supposed to bet them small, but against this guy who we know is a station, we're not going to. I think as a regular, I think we just bet that board small with a relatively high frequency, but against a whale, we're just going to hope he's got a piece of it and bet large. I'm going to take a stab here with that A6. Once it checks through, this guy probably doesn't have a very strong hand, so the blind might still have a good hand. But I don't think this guy ever has a really strong hand once he checks that board. So we can just stab with our 1 over card and backdoors. 1 over card's really quite a handy thing to have in those situations. Very small 3 bet here. Don't love it. Queen 10 also a horrible hand to defend versus a 3-bet, but against that size in position, I think we're kind of locked into seeing a flop. And he checks. I don't trust that check. Wow. The super passive guy's 3-betters from under the... We've raised under the gun, he's 3-betters. We are out. He wakes up on the turn here and fires a 60% C-bet. We picked up a good shot, but didn't trust the entire hand. Once I see that small 3-bet going in pre, small 3-bets in micro-stakes poker are usually a bad player wanting to 3-bet but hoping you don't fold. So I'm not going to fall into that trap. But sometimes it can just be someone who's bad at poker doing something bad with a bad hand, but it's not super likely. One over, good shot and a backdoor flush draw here, so we're going to fire a C-bet. Pick up the flush draw. We have a full house on this table. And he's called. I'm going to go with an over bet against this dude. Try and put loads of pressure on the types of hands he gets to that point with. I don't think this is the guy to bluff. Really don't think this is the guy we want to be bluffing. We've completely picked the river. He can have a lot of 9x. Queen 10, we actually won. Happy days. Didn't think it was value betting when I overbet the turn. That's what I didn't think I was doing. Turns out I was. This table's doing my nutting. Should we see if there's something in the lobby? Yes, there is. Fuck it. Can't even be asked defending that blind there because I want to get this table up before it disappears. We'll just sacrifice the one big blind. Grab the seat. Probably going to play for another 35 minutes or so. You guys already know that. I never know why I say that, because you guys don't know exactly how much longer I'm playing for, because you know when the fucking, you know how long the video's running for. I guess I'm just saying it for myself. So far, I'm enjoying the lack of stats. Well, I'm going to guess. Have a guess. I'm going to click that guy in a minute. Have a guess what his VPIP is, because he seems pretty sticky, but it doesn't seem like mega loose pre. He just seems like he's really sticky post. Have a little guess what his VPIP is. Stick it in the chat, even though you can cheat and just wait to see what it is and be right. I'm going to guess his VPIP is 42%. 64. Fair enough. He is a complete moron. So maybe he used to post a lot moron. He's actually just a complete moron. Not going to colour tag anybody. Not doing any of that shit. Playing poker based on what we're seeing at the tables. Basically, we're using the information we're collecting ourselves. We're deliberately preventing ourselves from having more information, so we can try and play more instinctively and less preemptively. He's going to see better range on this board, I think. Take it down. I think we're folding to the 4x, sir. Gut shot against our friend here, banger. He's a fucking head banger, I'll give him that. Fold the King 9 versus the 4x 3-bet. Solid. Solid line. Bottom pair with the backdoor flush draw. Going to kick it off with a bet. Going to go with a reasonable size squeeze here with the ace queen. Turn a flush draw. Going to check it back. I don't think he's going to fold a queen or a 10. And getting raised would stink with the pair and a flush draw. I don't think we're going to call here. I mean, we beat King Jack, we beat Ace Jack, we beat Jack Knight. Oh, we are going to call, aren't we? And he had Jack Queen. Didn't think I was going to call, then I started counting all the fucking bluffs that we beat. And decided I was going to call. This player I know is a regular. He's called a 3-bet. I'm pretty nervous that we don't have the best hand here. Pretty damn nervous we don't have the best hand. And we can't fold. We're probably just going to have to pay him off. But he can definitely have some like pocket aces, pocket kings that he doesn't 3-bet, 4-bet to try and keep this guy in. Don't think he has much ace. I mean, maybe he has some ace king. I pretty much hate this spot. I really do not like this spot at all. Probably going to fold if he shoves. I just don't see what bluffs he has here. He's like called a 3-bet pre-flop. No. I mean, that felt dirty, but I mean, pretty sure the guy's a decent winning player. Decent winning players typically don't call 3-bets. So when he does it, oh, what the fuck's going on here? I think we have to call this, don't we, with this dude in the pot? This is weird, but yeah, go on. See some flops, because this guy is just like super passive. He's going to let us realise all of our equity, or most of the time at least. And we know he calls great big overbets with just draws, so he's going to keep checking here. And there's no point bluffing here because it's a dry side pot. I don't think we're going to win the pot though. King 7 and Ace 9. Okay then. Okay then, lads. We're playing that sort of poker, are we? That's fun. Love to see it. You've got to love to see it. I mean, we lost the pot. We lost 20 big blinds there, so it's at $8 or whatever. About £5. But you've had a guy just like 3-bet ripping King 7 off. You've had a guy limp calling 20 bigs with Ace 9 off. I mean, how can you not fucking love to see that? That ace queen hand. I'd be interested in your comments on that ace queen hand. Based on my read, that I know this guy is a regular. He plays every single day. I suspect he's decent. Maybe we should just bet bigger on the flop, but I don't think that really helps us or anything. I don't think he has any pre-flop floats, and then, you know, yeah, I just think he had a very good hand. We just see our range on that board. We got called. I had no plans on barreling off, really. That wasn't on my to-do list. Maybe it would have worked. I mean, if you're defending the Jack Deuce suited, then maybe it would have worked. These are all the things we're happy to learn throughout the session. Now, knowing now we can probably barrel a little bit more spicily against this fella. I don't know what my stats are on this account. What are they? Pretty much the same as they are on every account I ever fucking play on. I don't really know why I looked. I'm going to check his stats because I want to know whether I'm going to 3-bet or not. I'm going to 3-bet. And from the button I would just flat, but from the cut-off I think we're going to want to not have too many flats, which is fun. Not going with the cold 4-bet, just going to go with the... And then our loose passive guy wakes up and starts bombing bets into us. That's not fun. Lots of action on lots of tables here. If he bombs the this guy's called as well now. I guess we're just calling this river. Interesting line. Here we're just going to jam over his bet. He turns the set. Never mind. It doesn't matter what happens in that pot. We're just going to lose it. If we called 4-bet pre, we just lose. If we raise flop, we just lose. We were just never going to win that hand. Continuing to check here. He had the ace 10. Defend the queen jack suited versus the 3-bet. Get a pretty bad flop. Small C, but man is in it, so we'll just let it go. This guy likes getting pocket queens, doesn't he? Jack 7 suited. See a flop, hit it, and give up. Might need to look at this guy. He's just a nit on a heater. Like he's had pocket queens. He's been aggressive, like pretty much 3 hands in a row. So with a hand like ace jack, if he had like a 40 VPip or more, we probably wouldn't be folding. That's what we need to check. As it is, he's a fucking nit, and he's probably just getting... He's either getting good cards, or he's tilted off his fucking tits. And given he's like got a nice stack, the tilt doesn't seem like it's going to be super likely. This is fun. And he's a very strange cold 4-bet size of 32 because he's made such a large 3-bet. An SP out of like 1.2 here, and we've got a pretty fucking miserable flop. Obviously we're going to c-bet. Reasonable chance he jams, and I hate life. Wow, what the fuck's... I mean, I know this guy too. I played with him in a different club. He's pretty fucking bad. He's a bad regular. We're just going to fold here and not give a fuck. He's got like weird stats like fucking 27-14 with like a fucking pretty low 3-bet. It's just pretty bad at poker. Doesn't bluff anywhere near enough, especially not in those situations. Not in love with my line there, but we can't just check fold the flop. Against Banger, we're not in love with it. We haven't topped up. We got to a good start this session. We won a couple of all-ins, and then we've just been absolutely drilled in what I think is like my best part of my game post-flop. We've just been fucking drilled, and we're probably going to get drilled again by Banger here, because we can't fold to a 64 VPIP on a 3-high fucking board. That's a nice turn card. That means we're going to win the pot. What a shame we hadn't topped up before the hand, but never mind. I lost total concentration in that hand. And he had a bluff. He had a bluff. I mean, I played that ace-queen terribly over here, by the way. Way too busy concentrating on my mate Banger over here and try to make sure we didn't make a huge mistake. Because it felt like we were making a mistake on the flop. Turns out we weren't. And then the turn just gave us the nuts and we were happy. Keep forgetting to fucking top my stack up. You know the best way to avoid forgetting to turn your stack to top your stack up? Don't lose fucking chips, Reg. That's the best way. If you don't lose fucking chips, you don't have to top your fucking stack up, do you? You can just play and not worry about it. Yeah, peel one with our good shot. Banger's reloaded. We like that. We're a fan of the Banger reload. Not a fan of him fucking just walking us. That's not what you're there to do. You're not there to walk us, Banger. See him try and force a reg out. Although he is inclined to call a lot wider because of the presence of this guy. An even bigger ISO. We're going to see just how big we can ISO against this guy. He's limp calling 5x with impunity, so let's see if the 6x encourages him to limp. I don't care how crazy he is. Fuck it, we're making a video, we'll roll it. We'll roll it with him. Don't think that's necessarily a good call, but fuck him. Queen, Jack, Ace? Nope. Nice answer. Where's the thumbs up? There you go. Oh, I can't send them. Never mind. Fuck it. No big falls to idiots. Bet and a raise here. We have the open ender and we block some flush draws. We're going to try and tear one off and just try and, like catch lightning in a bottle. We didn't do it. I think for 4 bigs it's worth it, because if we do hit like a 4, especially if we hit 4, then we're going to be golden. And possibly be able to take someone's entire stack. I have no idea if I'm winning this session or not. I do know what I started with, because I transferred the money from the other account. So at the end of the video we will do a tally. We'll set out all of our tables and see where we're at. We're either up small or down small. But it's not been it's been a swingy session in terms of that we've had quite a few big pots, but I think they've, like, in terms of how they affect our account, I think they've kind of cancelled each other out a little bit. I suspect maybe we're down a tiny bit, because I don't think we've won too many smallish pots. We need to be colour tagging the special players, don't we? And needs to be happening. I'm not going to be tagging everybody, because again that's just quite depressing at times when you look at your open tables. You're like, oh well, he's not sat, he's a bit tight, he's a bit tight, he's a bit fuck it. This week we're not going to be game selecting, we're just going to be playing. We're only going to tag the special guys. Big pot brewing on table 3, potentially. Banger is in. Tell you what, be nice if we could just flop a pair with ace king and not be forced to like just give up like we probably need to do here. Yeah, there's nothing we can do with ace king. Just forced to get out of the way. Ace 10 and deuce queen. Go on, the deuce queen. You can do it. Hold! Yes, she held. Well played, sir. And the big ISO at the big blind here with the Jack Queen suited. Reasonable flop. And we're going to keep battling with Banger. Going with the big raise just to try and achieve isolation. We do, we flop a top pair. This pot could get big. Because against this guy, top pair feels like, even with the 6 kicker, feels like we can get some decent value. Not this time. We're not playing heads up, so let's slot that in so to protect the aesthetics. And close the table. Don't know what the fuck I'm doing here now. Get off this table, full stop. Just get the fuck off it. Normally I would load another table, but it's too late. We're going to be wrapping up soon, so we'll just play 3 until the end. In fact, I mean, I don't want to leave Banger, but I think we might. Nah, no, fuck it. We'll have a vape. Let's have a vape and then the session after that. It's going to go till 12 o'clock. It's 13 minutes to 12 o'clock, so we'll stick to the plan. We'll just 3 table. 3 tables is plenty. I used to just 3 table anyway, didn't I? It's not like, oh, we're only 3 tabling now. Let's end the video. 3 tables is plenty for the last 10 minutes. Let's face it, I've checked my video analytics. There's only about fucking 5 of you guys to get to this fucking, that get to the last few minutes of the video anyway. As if to prove my point, if you have reached this stage of the video, type in chat your favourite ever film. So in the comment section, if you've reached this part of the video, tell me what your favourite film is. And please do, if you got that far, just to let me know how many people in the first like couple of days watch the entirety of the videos. Because I've often felt like, you know, me making a 45-minute video is pointless because so few people watch like the even half of my videos. But making 15-minute live sweat videos is completely pointless, and my creativity and video editing skills aren't good enough to make kind of blog type videos where we just put certain hands in and talk about them, and I think they can be quite dull anyway, especially online. Or, you know, blah blah blah, we 3-bet this guy, blah blah blah. I'm not really a strat guy. Now, if we'd have found some interesting spots where we could, like, somebody else could dissect them and make them really interesting, I can't, so review videos aren't that great. Maybe could get a drone and fly it in my front room and play some music over it for the first couple of minutes. Maybe go for a drive from my house to my mum's with a dash cam and put that in. Or maybe, no, set off from mum's, dash cam, and get out the house with my fucking mobile phone and show myself opening the front door and getting on the sofa, and maybe that'd actually be quite fun actually, to do that as like a trolley type video, like the Neemies and the Brad Owens who I really admire. They have some like nice shots on the way to the casino and stuff. Maybe it'd be fun to and that should have been a 6x. Be fun to do a trolley one and drive in the car around my rather dull, rainy town. Show myself walking into my house and what have you. Could be fun if I could be asked putting all that together. Probably won't though. If I had the video editing skills, I would 100% do it. But I don't have the video editing skills, so it's a nice idea that probably won't happen. And open the Queen 8 because of banger. And a value bet second pair because of banger. River 2 pair. If he bets, I'll be a little bit sad. If he doesn't, I think we can definitely bet for value against this player. Folding to a raise, obviously. But I think he's leads River with his 6x. To 46 VPIP, we're certainly going to be squeezing the jacks here, and we're not going to be shy about our sizing. Oh my lord, he's used the sizing of death. I mean, this size is just lollable. Of course, have you ever seen someone use that type of sizing and not have pocket aces? But we're just going to make quads and fuck him. We're just going to make quads and fuck the guy. I knew it was dead. That was a terrible play by me because I knew I was fucking stone dead there. The minute he made it 59 blinds, I'm like, all right, he's got aces. That's it. Good for you. And I was tempted to make one of those folds that makes you guys tear your fucking hair out. But then I couldn't be asked to make that fold. I knew that was aces. I knew he had aces. Didn't know I was going to hit a jack. Oh, excuse me. We are mega deep with this guy now. So we're going to take a flop with 5-4 suited just for the video. This is a play I wouldn't make if I wasn't making a video right now. We've been called 4-bet and we are just out. Sorry, not called 4-bet, we've been 3-bet squeezed. Pretty big, sorry. Not bluffing banger. That's what we're not doing. That was the nuts banger, lad. That was the fucking nuts, sir. Right, so we're going to play around to our blinds. We haven't got a set on next blind feature, so I need to be careful on them all. Up here we started the session with $527. Pretty clear now it's going to be a winning session. Thanks to the pocket jacks. Sadly, we're going to have to wave goodbye to banger. So that's 417. We've got $80 here. So definitely a winning session. Yeah, last hand here now because he's just ninja sat out. Ninja left, sorry. So no more hands at this table. Not going to see but our gut shot multi-way. No more hands at this table. Turn an open ender, but it's not a good card. And I guess we probably need to peel. No, we don't. We would have got there, but never mind. Could we have got there and still lost though? That's going to be the question now. So we've made $25. Don't think we played particularly well, but I've enjoyed myself. We would not have had the best hand. Happy days. So there we go. That's the end of the video. We made $25. It was good action, good fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I think we'll be doing a few of these. Won't be doing one tomorrow. I'm working through the day from like 9 till 3ish. But Thursday, we'll do another one of these on Thursday. If you're in the Facebook group, maybe there'll be a Poker Bros video coming in between. Maybe not, don't know. But yeah, have a good week, everybody. Take care, and bye-bye for now.